mic's not working, is it?
Oh, it is.
Oh my goodness. I hate when that happens. See if I can get this music off. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. I'm here. Talk about a hiccup. Hold on a minute. Turn my flashlight off. Oh, okay. There's always something. Every single time you do a live stream, something has to happen. It's just like it's a rule. Has to happen. I have so I've been working on my computer. I had, in fact, I don't even know how long I'm going to be able to stream tonight because I have had a hell of a week working on this computer this week. So, about 4 days ago, my PC out of nowhere started shutting down. Like, it was overheating. And so I cleaned it out, took everything apart, cleaned it out real good, got my compressed air cans out, and started working on my computer. And I could not get it to stop throttling. It was horrible. Everything lagged. I just couldn't do anything. Couldn't run any graphics software, couldn't run any video editing software, couldn't do anything. So I last night I got the idea that, well, I ordered more RAM. I'm pretty sure I need RAM anyway. But I ordered more RAM. That's supposed to be in the mail tomorrow. I'm supposed to get that tomorrow. But it has been, I thought, well, let me switch ports. Let me take my RAM out, move it from one port to another, and see if that fixes the problem. And so far, so good. I was able to get on live tonight. Wasn't sure if I'd even be able to be on here tonight. So we'll see how things go. If it gets too laggy or kicks me off here, we will find out. But in the process of taking my computer out, I unplugged my microphone. Unplugged it. So I had to plug it back in, middle of the stream. Of course, I knew something was going to happen. So I had to plug that back in. So, hope everybody's having a good night. Hope everybody's doing all right. So far, so good for me, anyway. How are you guys doing? Y'all ready for the week? Y'all ready for everything gets going down this weekend? What y'all got plans for? Run me some coffee. Skeletor, my spider, he's right here. He's very festive tonight. He's wearing my Thanksgiving hat. So it's I was gonna wear that hat, but then all the text, like, you know, where it says the Bedbug Show and all that stuff, wouldn't have looked very good. So he's gonna wear it for me instead. I got a cowbell too, in case you guys are wondering. This is my cowbell. It ain't got a knocker in it. You got to bang on it. I got something to bang on this? Let's see. So that's my cowbell. Because everybody needs more cowbell, right? So I'm here. I'm here. Tired, but I'm here. Check the solder points on the motherboard. I checked everything, my motherboard and all. Hey Kenju, thank you for the $5 every time. Every time comes on here, give me $5. But yeah, I've checked all my solder joints and everything. Everything's fine. The computer's practically new. It's maybe a year old. It's not a very old PC at all. I bought this last year because my other one's sitting right here beside me. So I got two PCs. I got my one main PC that I use for streaming and, you know, games and Discord and all the stuff that I do for YouTube. And then my other computer is right here beside me. That's got all my backup information on it, all my stuff for like my business and things, and my printer for all of my rat stations, mouse stations, stuff like that is hooked up to that. And so it's still here. I just needed something. I mean, I've got a monitor here, I got a monitor here, and I got a monitor up there, right above my camera. So I can keep track of everything that's going on, mainly for the stream, so that I can talk to you guys, so that we can hang out tonight and do everything that we do on our live streams. So, is there anything new for us, Alicia? I can't even think about it. Not really. Not really any new information from me. I told the story about being attacked by VDOT last week. So, I don't think I've been attacked by anybody. Not that I can remember anyway. Not this week. All the fans are good. I checked all my fans. I don't have any defective fans or anything like that. I took all the heat sinks off of everything. I've built computers. In fact, this is the first computer I have had in over 20 years that I didn't just build myself. I just did not have the time to go into putting everything together, or, you know, the formatting and all the hard drives and everything. I just bought it from somebody else. So, but it's an MSI. MSIs are known for being cheap, cheap parts, and I'm pretty sure the RAM is no good. But it's cheap RAM. I've already pulled the RAM, and I'm like, that's cheap RAM, and I'm pretty sure it's a problem with the RAM. But I ordered more. It's coming tomorrow. Corsair, some Corsair RAM I got coming tomorrow. Should be here. I'm excited to get the thing running good again. So, let's see. What are we planning in the bug world, Alicia?
Not really any plans lately, are there?
I don't think we have any plans. Not any plans at all. So let me open up the phone lines, because I just realized I don't have those things open. There we go. And hopefully this will work. Let me go to my settings, audio, video, let's see. Speakers is my headset, and my microphone is going to be that. Good. Awesome. Actually, let me use that microphone. Hello, hello, hello. That's not going to work. That's a crappy head microphone anyway. We'll just go with that one. All right. So I'm ready. I'm ready for the night. Not very many people on tonight. Got 14 people. What is tonight's drawing going to be? Y'all want me to draw something? I can draw something. Once you mix Demon, how long do you have to spray it? Or does it need to be sprayed within the next 24 hours after mixing it? Demon is not the same as Crossfire. Crossfire is a different type of a pesticide. And so Demon will last longer after you mix it. So, no, you can use it within, a couple days or so after you mix it. I get this question a lot. And I'm not like trying to make fun of anybody or anything like that, but I'm just curious. When you're going to kill bugs and you're deciding, hey, I'm going to mix some pesticide, do you just mix the pesticide to kill the bugs, sit it to the side, and then not spray? I mean, personally, with me, if I mix pesticide, it's because I'm going to use it that day right now. I'm not going to mix it, set it to the side, and wait several days. I'm going to use it right away. I always use it right away. Or are you talking about maybe if you use it and then you have some left over, if it's going to last? Is that what you're asking? I'm not really sure. But I use my pesticide. I have a lot of background noise. I think it's you. I think you're my background noise. That's okay. Alicia sits here. One day, we're going to have an Alicia cam. And I'm going to put a little Alicia cam up in the corner. And you guys could see like just her keyboard. So y'all can watch her clickety-clack, clickety-clack, clickety-clack all over her keyboard while she sits here beside me. I have this desk. It's a big U. This part here, from here all the way through here is a desk. And then, of course, my monitors are all on part of my desk here. And then I got another part that's over here that you can't see. It's a big U, big, huge U. And she's on that part over there. So she's sitting over there, and I'm right here. And we always sit here together and kind of hang out. Once, let's see. I'll start with a question. I wanted to ask last week what any advice on fire ants. Also more interested about treating outdoors for mosquitoes. So fire ants are something that we don't really have here where I live in Virginia. I mean, Virginia has, rare outcroppings of fire ants from here and there, but I've never dealt with them here. Now, I had a friend of mine that did have them down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and the only way that I know to eliminate fire ant problems is to treat your entire yard. The problem with fire ants is if you disturb fire ants, like say you have a mound. Let's just do this. Let's do a drawing with Jason, since that's actually a really good way to describe what fire ants do. All right, let me see if this will work, because I haven't tried this since my new monitor set up. Let's see, scene. There we go. All right, so it worked. That part actually worked tonight. So let's see. Let's draw us a yard. We'll have it be green. Grass is green, right? All right, we'll do that, and then we'll paint it green. There's our yard. Nice big green yard. It's beautiful, perfect, square. All right. So you've got fire ants. And let's do that with red, okay? And you got an outcropping of fire ants right here. It's red because it's danger. All right. If you spray this mound right here of fire ants, they will pick up this whole mound and they will move it, say, like over here. And they will come up right here. And if you treat that one, they'll come up over here. And eventually, you'll have a yard full of little fire ant entrance and exits all over the yard. So the only way that you can really eliminate fire ants from the whole yard is you have to treat the entire yard, the whole thing, all the way around the perimeter of your yard, inside the boundary, outside boundary. All this has to be treated. If you treat the entire yard, you're not going to. You may not necessarily eliminate your fire ant problem. You may drive them out here, or here, or here. Basically, you're pushing them out of the yard, so then you can use your yard without worry of being, fire ants everywhere. So that's what I've noticed. That seems to work the best for people who have problems with fire ants, and you have to do it every so often, like once every, couple months or so. You have to go out and treat your whole yard. You could use a granular pesticide over the yard, which is what I would usually recommend. A high concentration granular. You can read your labels, see the percentages of active ingredient, and you want something that's pretty strong that's going to last for, at least a month or two. And then treat the yard in order to keep them from coming back into the yard. Because what will happen is after you treat this, you treat this yard, the chemical is not going to last forever. It's going to eventually lose its effectiveness, and the ants are going to move right back in. So you're going to have to treat it regularly, at least during the warm months, to try to keep the ants out of your yard. Grass is green. Famous words by Jason. Yes. Actually, my son, Charlie, had a really good little phrase he said the other day. I'm going to try to look it up. It was on my wife. She posted it on her Facebook page. And because, children are fantastic. I love my babies. I've got lots and lots of babies. But Charlie quoted the other day. This was November 15th. What's today? 17th? So this is just a couple days ago. He said, "It won't be raining when it's not raining. Don't worry." So that's words of wisdom from my 4-year-old. Oh, 6 years ago today, I made cough syrup, Alicia.
Oh, yeah.
On Facebook. 8-minute long video. That's an obnoxious video. That's boring. That's crazy. People thought it was funny, though. People thought it was a funny video. I don't know if anybody's ever seen my cough syrup video or not. If you are definitely throwing away your mattress that has bed bugs, should you spray it first and then put it on a mattress disposable plastic bag, or should you just put it in the bag and put it out? I'd just put it in the bag and put it out, but I would spray paint on the side of the mattress bugs before I put it out on the curb, because people will take it to their house and they'll infest their house, whether it's in a mattress bag or not. If you have a mattress that's infested with bed bugs, the best thing to do with it is take it out to the backyard, set it on fire, and burn it up. All right, Sammy. We don't want a bunch of arsonists in here, although I have heard of people doing it. It's a real common thing. In fact, that's one of the beliefs as to why beds were metal back in the day, is because people would get bugs and stuff on them, and in order to kill the bugs, they would just take the bed and everything out and set it on fire, burn the mattress up, and the mattress would be gone. And the only thing left behind would be the bed frame, which was all made out of metal, and all they'd have to do is clean it up and repaint it and put it back in the house. And so that's the way people save from having to, throw their beds away. If they were made out of wood, they would just burn up, be gone. And so instead they had them out of metal so that the bed bugs and stuff couldn't live in them. At least that's what I understand. That's what I've read about why people used metal beds. One of the reasons that beds were made of metal, because metal was expensive. You got to think about it. The time that metal beds were really popular, it was really expensive to have a metal bed because metal was scarce. It wasn't as prevalent as it is today. And so people would take them out, burn them. I can't have an open fire in my yard. Yeah, you have a bunch of bonfires out there, people, dancing around and stuff. You might get in trouble with the local fire marshal. People burn stuff in their yards around here all the time, especially this time of year with the leaves falling and everything. Everybody's yard smells like burning leaves. So, anyway. Anybody see my latest video? It's an interesting one. If you're new here, I have a YouTube channel, for those that don't know. Surprise, surprise. But this is my YouTube channel. You should go and you should join, which the join button's right here. You should click join and join up with my YouTube. If you do, it's a member. It is a fee to join. Now you can subscribe for free. I recommend everyone subscribe. You can subscribe for free. Never charge for that. That's always free. And that way, and hit the notification bell. Ring that bell. So you can see when I'm live, like I am tonight. And you can also get my videos that go up like these. So this is my latest video right here. Every pest control business is guilty of this. It's the biggest scam in the pest control history. Scam alert. That's my latest video. And then last week's video was why do poor people have bed bugs? How to prevent them. And then I have the Amazon shutdown over bed bugs. That was 2 weeks ago. So every week on Tuesday, I typically have a video go live unless something happens and I just get hung up and I can't get a video out. I have a video go live every Tuesday. And I have these little shorts I make every now and then where, you could go and see these little short little videos that I do. And like this is a little tip for cockroaches, places to bait for cockroaches and stuff and different things. And how to treat a nightstand for bed bugs. Like if you've got a nightstand beside your bed, that's what this video is. And so, really beneficial things. But if you join and you become a member, you get access to these early. So when I edit my videos, I haven't got one up for next week yet. But normally, I'll put a video up on a Wednesday or a Thursday, maybe even Friday. And because YouTube likes you to put your video up several days early before it goes live. And so those videos will go live on Tuesday. So my videos that I pre-record where I talk about, how to do this, how to do that, different tips and tricks of the pest control industry, those videos always go live on Tuesday. But if you're a member, you get access to it now. As soon as I put it up, you get access to that. You also get access to the Discord. I have a Discord special channel for people who subscribe in my Discord channel, which I do recommend that people hit me up on Discord because I'm always there. And my wife is there. I've built a pretty good community of over 160 people that can help you and look after you if you have a question. Most of those guys are really good, really, really good advice. They pretty much just echo what I've said here on YouTube. But but I recommend it. But also, if you go to the community tab here, there's, these are all of my topics that I come up, and there's a lot of topics here you can't see because if you're a member, you can see them. So I do put members posts there. Now, one thing that I will never do is I will never have, information like about pest control gated behind a paywall. I don't want you to feel like you have to join to get good information about how to kill bugs and stuff like that. I think that stuff should always be free. That stuff will always be free. The only difference is members get access to it a week early. So that's the only difference between, members and non-members. But typically everyone subscribes anyway. But that's all it is. Just a way to help promote the channel, help me, give me incentive to continue to make these videos. That's what it's about. But like I said, I always do these for free. I enjoy YouTube. I enjoy hanging out with these people. I've been doing this for over 6 years. Not for the money. I just like to help you. I like chatting with you guys here on YouTube, hanging out with everybody. So, did you like Dale Gribble? Well, the thing is people. So I'll show you this. This is what they're talking about. Let's show you this video real quick.
We need to talk about the government and how they're breeding all natural terrorists to invade our home at all times of the night and day, coming in and eating our food. You think it's a coincidence that the food prices are so high right now? I think not. They're trying to starve us. These all-natural terrorists coming in, crawling all over our counters. These little miniature army men trained by the government. I'm telling you it's the government. I'm the only one that'll tell you the truth. Me and other exterminators like me, we know how to get rid of these all-natural terrorists. We can help you. You need to call us so we can come into your home and eliminate these little trained soldiers from the government. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.
People say I talk like Dale Gribble. So that was in response to the Dale Gribble comments I always get. Anyway. Buy Jason's book on how to get rid of bed bugs. It works. That's what Joe says. I do have a book. That's on my Amazon page. I don't promote this stuff. People do it. But if you go to Amazon.com/shop/green. Okay, there we go. I'll link this right now. It's also in the description. So this is my Amazon page. Okay, if you scroll down to bed bugs, let's see, bed bug supplies right here. All right, my book is listed here, which is right here, Troublesome Pest Solution Volume 1. All right, if you click that and you go to it, if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free. $0. Free. That's my book. It's got 41 pages. It's not a lot. It's mainly step by step. It's not like let's read about, bugs and stuff, but it's actually a 99-cent Kindle book is what it is. It's just $1. It's pretty cheap because that's what they make me do. They require, in order to list a book on Amazon, the cheapest they'll let you list it for is 99 cents. So that's what I have it listed at. And people who have Kindle get it for free. So, oh, looky here, we got us a bot. Let's remove that. How do you do that? Hide user. There we go. I don't have my mod. Let's see. Can't have an open fire either. I live in a city. But we had a sofa with double recliners. It was only like 6 months old, and I couldn't get rid of the bed bugs on it, so I took it out and burned it. It was my way of getting revenge. Jason, I got Gordon's 10% permethrin. How much should I mix to treat my car? I wouldn't use permethrin in my car. Personally, I wouldn't do that. Just pick up a bottle of Crossfire, a set of interceptors, and a couple of mattress covers. Don't use the interceptors. Don't use the mattress covers. All you need is Crossfire. If you use interceptors or mattress covers, you're going to prevent the Crossfire from working. Don't do that. If I closed off the room when I spotted the bed bugs, haven't been in it for a while, what'll happen once I go in and treat it? You need to use the room. Alright, the problem is bed bugs can go through a dormant phase where it's almost like a state of hibernation when there's no food source nearby. They do not need a food source all the time. You will not starve them. If anything, they will start wandering into other rooms of the house because you can't keep them confined, just like you can't confine ants and stuff like that either. They're gonna find you eventually. So what I recommend people do is treat your mattress, treat your box spring, treat your headboard to footboard to bed rails, baseboards through the whole house, and then you sleep in the room. Use the room. So it draws them out, they crawl through the Crossfire, and they die. That's going to be the best for you. You're not going to drive them into other rooms of the house. They're not going to try going looking for you into other rooms of the house either. They just die. And that's what I recommend. Let's see. With my job, I have the possibility of getting roaches in my car. Is there any treatment to prevent them from finding a home in my car? If I end up finding one, what should I do to get rid of them? You can treat your car. The thing is you want to use, I would recommend temperate. If you're gonna treat your car for cockroaches, I would recommend temperate. And the reason I recommend temperate is because it is a high temperature pesticide. So pesticides aren't rated for high temperatures. Most pesticides will break down when exposed to high temperatures, like in a car. So if you take your car and you park it in direct sunlight, it will get hot in the car. Temperate can last through that type of abuse, basically. Not all chemicals can. Most chemicals will break down in a vehicle, and you have to treat the vehicle. Basically, you treat the vehicle more often. But with temperate, you'd only have to treat it once a month if it's a roach problem. And so I would recommend treating the car so that if roaches did get in the car, they would die. There's very few chemicals that you'll find that I will actually recommend using in an automobile. And the reason that is because different pesticides, when exposed to heat, do different things. And you don't want to risk, toxic vapor or anything like that inside your vehicle. Like Lisa had asked about permethrin earlier. I really don't know how permethrin would behave inside a vehicle. Permethrin is a cholinesterase inhibitor. And so it can actually cause nervous system damage. And I don't know what would happen if the car got too hot with permethrin in it, what it would do, if it would if it caused problems. And so that's why you won't find me recommending very many chemicals to use in a vehicle. Very few things would I recommend. But Crossfire is safe. I know Crossfire is safe, and I believe Tempered is also safe. Maybe even Phantom would be okay to use in your vehicle. But I wouldn't use Crossfire for cockroaches. I would use Tempered for cockroaches, because Tempered's really good for cockroaches. Works really, really well on them. So, in Canada here, we're getting Apprehend. What are your thoughts? Apprehend's great. Apprehend's fantastic. Canadians, I think that's the only thing you can really get in Canada that will actually kill bed bugs. I recommend it. I think it's great. Been pitting Crossfire 2 months. Still need to dry clothes, sheets, towels, etc. for an hour. I still get bites. Have you found bed bugs though? Just because you get bites doesn't mean they're bed bugs. A lot of people. All right, so I have a video that I put on my YouTube channel about bed bugs and PTSD, post-traumatic stress. Okay, there is a certain bed bugs cause problems in your head. All right, I got bed bugs a year ago. My son is almost 13 months old. He just turned a year old on the 26th of October. A week before he was born, we had bed bugs in the house, and I had to treat my house for bed bugs. I was paranoid up to 6 months. It was a nightmare. I had a brand new baby in the house. Okay, you know how much sleep you get when you have a brand new baby in the house? The answer is you don't get sleep. The thing is you don't get sleep, and the little bit of sleep you get, I'm waking up because I feel a hair brush my arm and I think there's a bed bug on me. It messes with your head. It really does. It messes with my head. It messes with most people. Because you think that in the middle of the night, when you're supposed to be able to get a good night's sleep, that you got bugs crawling on you, sucking your blood. All right, that's what's in my head anyway. That's what I think. So I'm waking up in the middle of the night. My wife is in there. The baby's in there in the bassinet. I'm waking up the baby. I'm waking up her because I'm getting up in the middle of the night, shining a flashlight around, trying to make sure no bed bugs get on my baby while my baby's a brand new baby. All right, it's paranoia beyond belief. Just because you get bug bites after you've had a bed bug infestation does not mean you have bed bugs. If you've been treating your house for month after month after month and you can't find any more live bed bugs, but you get bug bites, that does not mean you have bed bugs. You probably got something else biting you. If you have no signs, if you're having no blood spots, if you're having no casings, even if you have blood spots, that does not mean you have bed bugs. Because, all right, so a bed bug, when they bite you, they have an anticoagulant in their saliva. So you will free bleed for a short period of time after it bites you, until you can clot, until you get all that anticoagulant out of the bloodstream where the localized bite. And so, but if let's say you had a pimple or a scratch, you scratch yourself in the middle of the night, you bleed. I do this all the time. I scratch myself. All right. And you get a little blood spot on your pillow. It's not going to look the same. It looks different because the blood that comes out of a scratch, like a scratch mark or something, like you scratch yourself in your sleep, is going to clot pretty quickly. There's no anticoagulant underneath your fingernails. And so it's going to look different. It's hard to explain without an actual, example in front of me. But the way that a pillow looks when a person gets bit from a bed bug bite, it actually will spread like someone just broke an tip of a red ink pen on the pillow, and it just bleeds out, and you'll have this spot where it's like a bigger spot than what any normal blood spot is. So don't think that blood spots are bed bugs either. They're not always bed bugs either. There's lots of things that will bite you. Ants will bite you. Spiders will bite you. You'll get carpet beetle reactions that look almost identical to bed bugs. I mean, you can't really tell them apart from a bed bug bite and a carpet beetle rash. There's lots of things that can cause irritation and skin irritation. Medication can cause skin irritation. My mother, when she was still alive, she used to have problems with painkillers. And if she got a painkiller, like an opiate or something like that, she would break out in a rash all over her body, and it looked like hives. It was really bad. And so she couldn't have painkillers. And so, there's just different things like that can affect you, and it may not be the bed bugs at all. So you need to make sure that you actually have bed bugs. If you can't find bugs, but you're positive you have them, hire somebody to come out with a bed bug dog and make sure. Double check. It's peace of mind anyway. And if you're looking into this and you're trying to get rid of your bed bugs and you're spraying Crossfire. Like, let's say you don't have bed bugs. Let's say you think you have bed bugs, but you're spraying with Crossfire. Crossfire is only for bed bugs. Let's say you have carpet beetles. The Crossfire may not get rid of your carpet beetle problem, and it's going to drive you crazy because you're going to continue to have this rashes show up on your body thinking you have bed bugs, and it's not bed bugs at all. Same for spiders and ants and other bugs. The Crossfire is not going to be as effective because Crossfire is tailored for bed bugs. It is a bed bug only pesticide. It's only made to kill bed bugs. There are chemicals on the market that are tailored to kill certain types of insects. You know, you've got Apprehend, which is for bed bugs. You've got Crossfire, which is for bed bugs. You've got Alpine WSG, which is for all kinds of bugs, including bed bugs. And it's designed to kill lots of arthropods, not just bed bugs. So you got to think about it on a chemistry standpoint, that you're using a chemical that is tailored for a specific insect. And if you're using it and, you know, you're still getting bites, you may not have bed bugs. Crossfire is really, really good on bed bugs. It is absolutely phenomenal. I haven't done a bed bug job yet where they didn't die from Crossfire. I mean, I've been using it for almost 6 years. Be 6 years in the spring that I've been using Crossfire. It's really good. It's really, really good. Sammy says, if it leaves behind a white-looking residue, that the Crossfire is not mixed well. That's true. So what'll happen is in your tank, the Crossfire will actually settle. It's heavier than water, and so the water will float on top of Crossfire. It doesn't mix real well, and so your tube will suck up that white mixture, and it will look really thick and really white and goopy. And so you have to make sure you mix it up real well. That it should come out like a liquid, like a watery liquid. It shouldn't have really much color to it at all. It's like a clear liquid. I know this is about bed bugs, but my question is for today or for another day for one of your castings. What question did you have? This is a show about anything. It's anything goes. It's a in fact, I think the title today, let me see, what is the title of my video? It's the Bed Bug Show Live. Your questions answered. Thanksgiving pre-stream. You can ask me any question at all. If it has to do about pest control, I'll answer it. If you want to know about my baby, I will show you pictures. My babies are adorable. I love my children, and I will show off my babies. I don't mind that either. Just ask me anything. If I don't want to answer it, I'll tell you, hey, that's none of your business. But when it comes to pest control or anything like that, I'm always open book. I don't mind, and I pretty much talk about anything. So if you have a question, ask me, Miss Gallagher. Did y'all hear about Gallagher? Gallagher died. That's a sad thing. I love that guy, that watermelon smashing funny guy. He was great. He passed away. That sucks. Lose a lot of good ones. Let's see. Lynn May, another question. How can I get rid of ants in my car? My daughter got used. Okay, so the best way to get rid of ants in your car is you need to find the nest. You need to find out where they're nesting. And if they're nesting inside the body, like the unibody, you can dust inside the unibody, find some holes, and use a duster and dust inside the unibody. That'll help. That'll kill the ants in your car. Will Crossfire work in the cold for a car? Yes, it will. Kenju says, they screwed up my head so bad I haven't missed a live stream this past year because it's my therapy. I know, I'm your therapist, Kenju. Lisa says, what should I treat for mites in the car and house? Then they are still biting in the car and the house. There's lots of different chemicals out there, Lisa, that can be used in your car that is better for in the car. You know, the reason I say in the car is because, like I was saying, the car. Now we are going into wintertime, and I think you live in Florida, so you may still have warm weather. It still might be a best idea to use any chemical other than like a temperate or something like that in your car. Annie says, I'm with Kenji, but sometimes watch replay the next day. It's usually easier. You can listen to my live streams. I keep the VOD up so people can listen to it as like a podcast if they want to. Let's see. Use Crossfire to get rid of bed bugs. How often should I respray? Once a month if you want to use it as like a preventative or something. Once a month. I used Nisus-Nibor-D insecticide in a liquid form for roaches, and it did not help at all. Could it be that I didn't mix it correctly? I sprayed it everywhere. Yeah, there are a lot of. I'm gonna be really, really truthful. Most people can't kill roaches. Most people will never be able to kill roaches. And I'm talking about professionals and novices alike. Most people have no idea what they're doing when it comes to cockroaches. I'm actually working on a... let me show you. I could show you some of my workings here. This is my iPad. Show you what I'm doing. I'm actually building a course around cockroaches. It is amazing. I'm so happy, like tickled pink, about this cockroach course that I'm making. I filmed all the videos for this back in January, so it's been in the making for like almost an entire year. I've been doing this. This has taken a very long time to put together, but if you'll look here, this is what I've been working on. These are my video edits. I've got a house, like treating inside a house. I've got water heaters. I've got bathrooms, kitchen sinks, dishwashers, refrigerators, all that stuff. Really good information. I've been working on editing it, putting it together, so I can give you something that's really concrete, really good, and really precise, because I did release a video about cockroaches. It's been several years ago, and the main thing that I said in the video is don't try to do it yourself, hire somebody. But a lot of technicians don't even know what they're doing when it comes to cockroaches. It's actually a pretty difficult thing to do. The reason being is when you're dealing with cockroaches, you've got, or German cockroaches or brown banded cockroaches. Those are the two that people have the worst problem with because they live indoors primarily and they're exposed to a lot of chemical. So the problem with roaches, and the reason I say that most people can't get rid of them, is because you don't know what those roaches generationally have been exposed to. The problem is that Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, farm supply like Tractor Supply, different places like that, a lot of the chemicals that they sell people for the control of cockroaches are watered down. They're not mixed to full strength. They are, in fact, if you read labels, a lot of your labels will tell you if it's a clean out service for cockroaches, you need to mix it at full strength, almost double strength, because you're dealing with cockroach infestation. And the reason that they mix it that way is because, and the label will tell you to mix that way, is because if you have a target number, let's say you have 100 cockroaches and you're dealing with 100 roaches, and you're spraying your house, and you only kill 80% of that 100 roaches. The 80 roaches that die aren't immune to the chemical, but the 20% that live, it's not that they weren't exposed. More than likely they were. More than likely they crawled out and they crawled into the chemical just like everything else did. But the reason they didn't die is because genetically they are immune to the chemical. Whether it's, exposure through their exoskeleton, or it's just a chemical they've been exposed to generationally in their lifespan. So the problem is that you don't know that going into a roach job. I don't know that going into a roach job. When I go into a house that has cockroaches in it, I don't know what the roaches have been exposed to. I don't know what type of chemical they're already immune to. And so it's a game. It's like chess. And you're trying to figure out, you're trying to kill as many as possible. Every time you go in, you want to kill 100% of the problem. You may only get 80 to 90%. And so the next month when you go and spray again, you have to switch chemicals. You have to rotate your chemical. You can't use the same mode of action. You got to use something different. You got to use lots of different pesticides, not rodenticides, but baits are good, but not stand alone. You cannot get rid of a cockroach infestation with baits alone. You need to do lots of different stuff. You need to bait, you need to dust, you need to, it's a lot of different things to get rid of roaches. And it's so much information and it's so involved that I usually just tell people to hire somebody, because an exterminator is going to have all those things. In my car, I have thousands of dollars invested in the pesticides and the equipment, and I can come out and do it cheaper just because I'm doing, hundreds of people for cockroaches, not just you. And so when I go out and I do a job, it's not even factored in, all the money that goes into the pesticide. A thing of Alpine WSG is like $180. Your baits are, $30 to $50 a pack, sometimes even more than that. And then you've got your dusts. You have to pay for those. Not just the dust, but the equipment to use the dust, like the bellows hand duster and stuff like that. And then for your rotational pesticide, you're going to need something else. You're going to need another chemical. And so chemicals aren't cheap. Like if you were to buy temperate or something, $60, $50 a bottle, all that adds up. And by the time you figure in all your pricing and everything that you're going to spend to do it yourself, and do it right. I mean, you don't want to waste money. You want to do it right. You want to make sure you get rid of your problem. It's going to cost you hundreds of dollars. I mean, sometimes $500, $600, $700 upfront costs, and then you haven't even gotten rid of your bugs yet. You're just, breaking the bank trying to get the chemicals and the equipment needed to do it right. And that's why I usually tell people with roaches, it is cheaper to hire a professional. Now, with bed bugs, the reason I tell people, you can do it yourself for bed bugs is because exterminators are too expensive. People charge a lot of money for bed bug work. It's a lot of work. Most of the time, if you're paying somebody to come out to your house to spray for bugs, they're doing a lot of manual labor. They're lifting furniture, they're flipping over your beds and your mattresses and stuff like that, and that's a hard job. That's what you're paying for, really. You're paying for somebody to basically rearrange your entire house, and that's back-breaking hard labor, and sometimes takes two people to do it. Usually I take me and my son, we go on the jobs because I just won't do them on my own anymore. You hurt yourself. You'll hurt yourself. If you're doing 3 to 5 bed bug jobs a day, that's really painful. That really takes its toll, and so the customer has to pay for that. That's really expensive. The chemical's not that expensive. Between $30 and $50 for a bottle of Crossfire, and then the spray can. Even if you bought a B&G at $350, you haven't even scratched the surface of what it costs to hire like Orkin or Terminex or somebody like that to come out and treat for bed bugs. So I feel like you get a lot more value, and you can do it on your own at a lot less cost that way, and that's why I say that. But when it comes to German cockroaches, it is better for you to hire somebody just because they have all the chemicals, and a lot of them will give you guarantees, and they'll come out and they'll treat it for months on end if they need to get rid of your problem, and that's going to work better with cockroaches. And I would tell you, if I thought you could do it yourself, I talk about it. I've got all videos, channels showing how to deal with roaches, showing how to bait for them, showing how to dust for them and stuff. And all those videos are on my YouTube available if you just go and look for roaches on my channel. In fact, I can show you how to search for them. If you go to my channel here and you go up to the top, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then click here and type in roach. Just roach. And there's roach. See there, how to get rid of German cockroaches. I talk about it. See, I recommend Alpine. That's what I use. I go over treatment, pesticide rotation. All the stuff I just said is all in that video. I put it up 2 years ago.
If you're a home,
let's just share this. Let's copy the link, and I'll put it in chat right now. This is my best. This is what I recommend. This is a good video on roaches. I recommend checking that video out. And by the way, did you guys know I had merch? I actually have merch now. If you go here, if you go to that, like any video of mine, even this live stream right now, and you look below, I've got like merch here. You could go and buy t-shirts and stuff. It's pretty cool. And I know wintertime's coming. They got really nice hoodies. This is one that I've got, and it's basically a DIY Pest Control Pro is what the graphic is on the front, but it's not loading, so I'm not gonna waste time trying to look at it because I'm not big on self-promotion anyway. Oh well, there's a t-shirt, there's a hoodie right there, and you can get different colors. You don't have to get the black and white. You can get like I think the black and white's nice. I like it. But there's the black one, there's a blue one, so you can get blue. I like the blue. I think blue's a pretty color. Blue's my favorite color. For those that don't know, I like blue. Anyway. Where's my water? There it is. Hello, Alicia.
Julie carried my little seam ripper over there.
Hold on a minute. What'd you say?
My seam ripper. It's like a little white handle and it's like a little hook.
What? This?
No, that's a brand.
Alright. What's it called?
A seam ripper.
A seam ripper. I can rip them.
He grabbed it and it was over there
What color is it?
It's got a white handle and then it's like a little metal hook.
Can y'all see it? Can y'all see what she's talking about? I don't see it.
Okay.
A seam ripper.
Yeah.
A seam ripper.
I don't know where exactly she put it.
I can rip them. If you need me to rip one, I don't know if my chat would like it too much. Although they wouldn't be able to smell it. Let me tell you something. I'm a 40-year-old father of 4. I am allowed a fart joke. I am. My children love fart jokes. I have to say them all the time. It's like my job. My job is to be the guy that tells the fart jokes. So, I think they're funny. My kids laugh at them. So there you go. That's why I make fart jokes. Because I'm immature. But it's my job to be immature. Because my kids love me when I'm immature. So there you go. Well, Lisa, you sent me pictures of what you had in your car. And that what you had in your car were burrs from a plant that's growing near your house. Those little pictures on that piece of paper towel that you sent me, those are little spiky burrs that get on you from some kind of a plant. They weren't bugs. Those weren't. Because I looked them up, and they're like seeds. You know, some plants produce a seed with little spikes on it. And when when animals like skunks and rabbits and stuff run through the grass, they pick them up on their fur and they'll spread the plants to other areas. And so, yeah. You may be having allergic reactions to them. How long will it take for bed bugs to move into other parts of the home if nobody is in the room? Usually within a few days. Sometimes a few weeks, sometimes a few months. It depends on how far away you are from them. But they'll eventually wander around trying to find a blood source. After using Crossfire, do I still need to dry clothes, sheets, pillows? No, you don't. The only thing you need to clean would be your sheets on your bed. You'd need to wash and dry those at least once a week. Lisa says, I'm really at a loss, definitely don't have bed bugs anymore. Lynn says, as far as finding the best of the ants, we can't find it. The nest of ants. We can't find it. I am in New York, and with the cold weather, will they just die? They might die. They might die. If they're in the car, they might die. Typically, ants will go up in a tree or down in the ground where it's warm, and the car is, of course, going to be a lot colder in the wintertime, and they might die in the car. What's the best dust to put in receptacles with a pill duster? What is a pill duster? I have no idea what you're talking about. I do not know what a pill duster is. I don't know what you're talking about. A bulb duster? A bellows hand duster? I just use a hand duster. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I don't know what a pill duster is. Now I feel like hiring an exterminator will be pointless. Alright, so call your exterminators. Call local exterminators. Don't deal with big box exterminators where you're just a number and they don't care if you keep them or not. As far as pest control, you're just a number. They've got other people that are lined up behind you ready to take your place. Don't call those people. They don't care about you. You know, you look at me. All right, I love my customers. I love you guys. A lot of people will say this. They're like, people will say on YouTube, I love my YouTube audience, and they're trying to get subs and they're trying to get donations and stuff like that. But I tell people all the time, I mean, Kenju comes in here, I've gotten to where I just stop telling him not to give me money because he's going to do it anyway. I've told him time in and time out, you do not have to pay me any money. You don't have to join the channel. I just try to give people incentives to do it because it does push, it does help promote the channel. and it helps me see that people care about what I do. You know, I like to know that what I do is getting traction. I like that. I like that people are seeing the videos. I like that, you know, all the money that I get on YouTube is either put back into the community, or it is put back into YouTube so I can make better videos. Like I'm actually saving up now with the funds I get from YouTube to buy a soundboard to make the sound better, because this is a hollow noise. This microphone is nice and all, but it's a very hollow noise, and I need something that will pick up voice better and won't pick up so much background noise all around me. So I want more of like a radio quality mic, and instead of just something that plugs into a USB port on my computer. And so I'm working towards that now. So the money that I get from YouTube and the donations that I get, I put towards more YouTube videos. I really try. I don't make anything from YouTube. I really don't. They don't pay you. They'll pay you. They just really don't pay you enough to make it worth making the videos, unless you just really like to do this. I just really like to help people. And so, you know, you don't have to give me any money ever. I always want to make sure that you know that I don't need the money. I will continue to do this. I love to do this. I love to help you. I love my audience. I love my customers. And when you deal with a local company, you will find that the local company loves their customers. It's a different type of a attitude. It's a different type of relationship. That pest control is not just, I'm going to hire this guy to come in and kill my bugs. It is a two-way street. There are things your pest control technician needs you to do, and there are things that you need him to do or her to do. And so that's what you need to understand, is that it's not just about killing bugs. It's about conversation and relationship between the technician and the customer. There are things like, if I go into a house and I'm treating for ants, let's say the person's got real bad ants, but they're also washing their sinks and their dishes down with bleach every day. Well, the bleach is going to get into where the chemical is, and it's going to expose the chemical to chlorine, and then the chemical is not going to be effective anymore. So it's one of those things where I have to be able to communicate to my customer and say, hey, are you cleaning with bleach? Because if you're cleaning with bleach, that's going to eliminate a lot of the pesticide that I use. And so it's a two-way street, you know, and then they can say, oh, yeah, I do. Oh, well, I can use something different until we get rid of these bugs. That's a good idea. And then they know that. So you won't get that a lot of times from other bigger box type pest control companies, because they hire people that may not know. You know, you don't have to have a lot of experience to do this kind of work. People will hire you, and then you can go to work and you can learn on the job, you know, how to do this and how to do that. But you may get somebody that's new, that doesn't really know what they're doing. It's not that they're not trying to learn. You know, I give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I believe everyone tries their best at the job that they do. But they may just not have the experience, and they don't know. You'll get more experience. You'll get better service from a smaller, family-owned company that has to be able to eat off of the money that you give them. That's what's important. So that's what I advise everybody to do. If you're going to hire, I say it on all my videos, that I always recommend hiring a professional in your area. The professional, the thing about pest control is that they are going to know your local law. They're going to know what the law is around the pesticides that they're using, what they can use, what they can't use, that you may not quite understand. They're not going to poison your dog, poison your cat, or poison you or your children, where you might do that by accident because you're a novice and you don't have the training. Do you see what I'm saying? It's more than likely you won't, but there is the chance that you will, where a pest control business is not going to do that. You know, or worse, poison someone else's child, someone else's pet. You know, and then you know, is your insurance going to pay for that? Yeah, that's why I say it's so important to read your labels. The labels, the law. It's really, really important. It's for your own safety. Is there any such thing as bed bugs living in carpet? No, bed bugs don't live in the carpet. Fleas live in the carpet. Bed bugs live next to the baseboards. I pick up modems and routers from houses that no longer want them in upstate New York. Oh boy, the possibility of getting roaches, bed bugs, anything in them. What can I do to prevent? That is so great. That's such a great question. I love that question. So, this is really common. It is very common. So, let me see. Do I have that old router? had one. I had an old router that I used to use over here, but let's see. Let's use this. This will be a good example. Let's take this right here. All right, so this is something I bought a couple years ago. This is a little mini PlayStation. It's got little USBs and stuff in it, so you can play games. I had it hooked up to actually to my top monitor a few days ago. I was playing some old games with my daughter, and you'll notice it's got these little vents on the bottom like this, and these vents on the side for airflow. Routers, modems, gaming systems have these. It's in order to keep it from overheating. All right, they have little fans, blow through them and everything. Roaches love heat. Roaches love to get in routers and modems and video game systems and computers. It's like one of their favorite places to hang out because they're always really warm. And so what you do, if you get an item like this from somebody and you're doing, you're trying to resell and, or you're trying to repair and maybe resell these items to make money, what I would recommend you do is get yourself a bag, a big plastic bag, and if you're not savvy enough to actually take them apart, I would recommend taking it apart. Like if you've got a laptop, I've actually taken laptops apart and cleaned roaches out of them before. You can do that. I know how to do that. Not everybody knows how to do that. I've worked on computers before. I actually used to do a computer. I used to have a computer business, my own computer business, where I would go and I would work on computers. And so I know how to take them apart and dissect them all the way down, even routers and modems and stuff like that, and get the roaches and stuff out of them. If you don't know how to do that and you're not able to do that, then what you want to do is if you think there's roaches in it, you seal it in a plastic bag. Let me see here. Actually, I will get right to that question in just a minute. I'm going to run and use the restroom, and I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had to go pee because I have this big old cup of water right here. And I had to use the bathroom. Stephanie, I have a Patreon. Nobody ever goes on my Patreon, but I do have one. Okay, so roaches. You got roaches in a router and a modem. So what I recommend, just to ensure that there are roaches in it or not, is if there are roaches in it, I want to get this clear. I want to explain to you something. If you are not the type of person that can tear down a modem and put it back together, clean it out, get all the dead roaches and stuff out of it, if you're not one of those people, then you need to throw it away. If it has roaches in it, you need to throw it away. The reason being is roaches, when they die, they're like kindling in a fire, okay? And if they have little dead bodies inside the router or the modem, and you turn it on and you let it heat up under normal operating, just normal, it can catch on fire. I have had customers have their houses burned down because of routers and PCs getting roaches in them and catching on fire. So that being said, how do you know if roaches are in it or not? You get yourself a bag, like a black, not a black bag, a clear bag, like a Ziploc bag, and you put the router and the modem in that bag and zip it shut and leave it in a warm place, like in your kitchen, near your stove, or somewhere warm, somewhere nice and warm, maybe in your furnace room or you're next to your water heater or something. But leave it sealed. Leave it sealed in the bag. In fact, if you want, you could double bag it. Put 2, Ziploc bags. Leave it in there. And then leave it in there for like 2 or 3 weeks. Give it plenty of time. It takes roaches about 28 days to hatch if there's an egg in there. So leave it 28 days in a nice warm room in the house. And then see if you have any roaches in the bag. Go in there. Look through the bag. You can see it's clear. And make sure it doesn't have any roaches in it. If it doesn't, you'll know. In about a month, you will know if there's roaches in that piece of equipment or not. And if there is, take the whole bag out, throw it in a dumpster. Get rid of it. Do not keep it. Do not resell it because it is too much of a fire hazard. I've personally known people that have had their houses burned down from modems, routers, and PCs that are infested with cockroaches. They absolutely can burn the house down, and you don't want that. So, because if you're reselling them, you're liable. If you resell something that's got, dried up roaches inside it. So, that's what I would recommend. Hey, Ryan! I just got to your name. Sorry, I had to pee. I didn't see you until just now. I have so much stuff that I have to catch up on. I'm trying to get to everybody. If I have not answered your question, or I have passed by your question by mistake, don't hesitate to ask again. I won't get mad. I am just one person, and I don't have anybody here to mod my channel for me tonight. So if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask it again if I haven't already answered it. Does boric acid power work in a car? How often should I apply to prevent any bugs? Boric acid is good, but not really so much for an automobile, more for like under appliances like stoves and kitchens and stuff like that. Refrigerators. Sorry, I said stoves and kitchens, but stoves, refrigerators, and places underneath them, up behind them, behind baseboards and stuff. 2 years, my apartment had roaches with monthly treatments. Showed my landlord your video. He found an exterminator that did and used everything that you said. In the first week, it's 90% better. I'd listen to anything you say. I love what I do. I really like what I do. If I don't know. It's very rewarding to be an exterminator. I recommend you become an exterminator for anybody that's watching this video right now. If you can handle bugs, if bugs don't irk you, if you can crawl under houses, in the dirt, in the grime and stuff, and it doesn't bother you, then think about becoming an exterminator. It's a good trade. It's a very, very rewarding trade. I don't know. I don't think I could be anything but an exterminator. I love what I do. But let's see. LP says, "What's up, brother? New subscriber here. I like your videos. I'm also a certified pest operator, CPO, but in lawn and ornamental. Just want to say thanks for your knowledge. Well, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, everybody, click the subscribe button, like the video, share the video, share my live stream. Get more people in here. We only got like 39 people. I don't know what the limit is, but let's push them. Let's get like 2,000-3,000 people in here. Make the stream flow. I would love to. I don't know if I'd like that or not. I like how I can sit here and I can read the chat and it's not too much. I can keep up. And I don't have thousands of people I feel like that I can't answer questions for. So this is good. I like keeping it small like this. Wish you were in New York City. I don't. I've been in New York City. I don't want to.
New York.
What?
We've driven through New York.
We have walked through New York. We have been in Manhattan.
Yep.
I have stayed in a 5-star hotel in New York. Let me tell you something about 5-star hotels. 5-star hotels in New York City, they have a completely different definition of what a 5-star hotel is compared to everyone else in the world. It is a very unique place to visit. Very unique place indeed. But yes, Stephanie, I actually do have a Patreon. For those that are wondering, okay, so Patreon, honestly, if you're going to donate, if you really want to donate to my channel, and I mean, let me show you what to do. So if you go to, let's see here, where is it? Because people always want to do this, and you don't have to do this, but if you really want to do this, you can go to my Amazon page. If you're going to buy a pesticide or a pest control product, you should bookmark my Amazon page. All right, I'll post a link in the description. I'll post it right now. It's always on all my videos. All right, if you're going to buy a pesticide product, pest control product, Amazon's typically the cheapest place to buy it. Sometimes do-it-yourself pest control or do my own pest control or whatever. Sometimes they're cheaper, but most of the time, I provide the cheapest links on my site. Go here, find the problem that you're having problems with, click it, and go find it and buy it there. That supports my channel. If you want to donate to me specifically, go to my YouTube channel, and there are buttons at the very top. Let me show you. So, let me see if I can get this to come up here. All right, so if you see right here under this spider right here, there's donate, all right? You can donate via Streamlabs, which is what I'm using right now. That's this link right here. You can click it, and that'll take you here to this page. All right, and you can donate right there. Irene's my top tipper. She gave me $25 one time. See, I don't have a lot of stuff that comes through here, but that's where people donate to me. And then you can go, Patreon is here. You can go there. There's my Patreon page. You can donate there, all right, if you want to. There's a spot there. I got little videos and stuff that I put up there, all right? And you've got Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. There's my TikTok page. That's a pretty cool page. There's all my TikToks. Crazy stuff that I do on TikTok. But really, I only have the two places that to donate, and then, of course, my Amazon page. If you want to support me, you can buy stuff on my Amazon page. It's like a 3% commission, but you don't have to give me anything. I don't need anything. I just want to help you. I want to hang out. The one thing you can do that will, if you really want to do something to help, the channel, is be here. Show up, be here, hang out, ask me questions. I love everybody that comes in here and asks me questions. If you have a beef with me, tell me. Say, hey, you're wrong. I think you're an idiot. I want to know. I have people show up every now and then, and they try to tell me I'm wrong, and I explain to them how they're wrong. And that's fine. I don't mind that. But if I'm wrong, I want you to tell me I'm wrong so I can get better. Because that's how people improve. You have to allow for corrective criticism. It's one thing to come in here and say, you're just stupid. That doesn't really help anybody. But if you come in here and you have a point and you say, no, this is wrong and this is wrong and this is why, I want to hear that. I want to know if I'm wrong because I want to get better. I want to provide the best service, not just for you as a YouTuber, but for my customers personally. If there's something I'm not doing right, I had a guy come in here and recommend Onslaught Fast Cap to me for spiders. He's like from somewhere out in Arizona. He's an exterminator. He told me about it. I tried it. Oh my God, it's a game changer. I love the stuff. I use it all the time. I love it now. And I learned from YouTube. You guys teach me just like I teach you. So that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you guys. I want to help you. I don't need any money. This is, I have a business. I have a business. It's a pretty, I feed my family. I put a roof over our head. I'm able to give them clothes. They can, all my kids are dressed in decent clothing. I don't need a lot. Yeah, I've been in Section 8. I've been on food stamps. I've been, I lived in the projects, and I know what it's like. And I don't, people think they need a lot, but you really need very little. You don't need a lot to survive in this world. And I don't need a lot either. I like to help. I want to help. I want you to keep your money, buy you a product on my Amazon page, and then that way you can get something out of it too. Should I take all the clothes out of the closets before I spray? Now, if you're going to spray in the closet or in your dressers or anything like that, you do need to remove the clothes before you do that, because you don't want any pesticide to get on your stuff. Simone says, I listened to your show for the past month, bought the crossfire off Amazon, sprayed all the bedrooms, and it has been 3 weeks, no bugs so far. I check every day, and I finally sleep back in my bed. That is good news. Cutie Banana. I like that name, Cutie Banana. That is a good name. That rolls off the tongue. Nice. Cutie Banana. Afraid I have bed bugs. Small, won't smear or react to peroxide. Black, well, they're not going to react. Bugs don't react to peroxide. Black and gray spots on my bottom sheet. It seems metal loft bed, no other signs or shells, bugs, droppings in the rest of the bed. Is it mold? It sounds like it might be mold. It sounds like you might have mold problems or mildew. LP says, what's the best way to treat for carpenter ants inside the walls? Okay, so if you've got carpenter ants, so what I recommend for ants, I actually have a video on ants. But I'll answer the question. But if you go to my video, you go to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and then type in here ants. I would just do a carpenter. I don't know if I've done a carpenter ant. Let's see. Let's just search carpenter. C-A-R-P-E-N-T. Carpenter. I got carpenter bees, carpenter bees, carpenter bees, carpenter bees. I don't think I have carpenter ants. I just have ants. Because ants are all the same. The thing about ants that people don't know is all ants behave the same. They all want food. They all want water. That's what they eat. Carpenter ants don't eat wood. They just live in it. So the best way to control ants is to treat the areas they have to crawl through in order to get to your food. Now, a lot of exterminators will come in. They'll make holes in the wall. They'll drill little holes and dust in the wall and act like they're doing some big, awful, awesome thing. And that, oh, we're so invasive, we're going to get rid of your ants because we're making holes in the wall. That doesn't work. Most of the time, that is a failure attempt. That is not going to work. I had a customer one time who had carpenter ants for 3 years. She had a same technician coming out to her house doing all kinds of different things. Couldn't figure out how to kill the ants. Eventually, he got so frustrated that he made a hole in her ceiling almost 10 feet long along this one side of her house because he thought the ants were up on top of the plate, living on the plate between the foundation and the ceiling. I went out to her house, and the ants weren't living in the house at all. They were actually living where the deck bolted to the side of the house, where leaf debris and dirt would collect there, and it would cause the wood to get soft, and the ants were actually living there. They weren't living in the house. They were coming out through the walls. They were coming out into the house, and I didn't treat... I treated along the cracks and the crevices where the wood touched the house, and all the ants died. I dusted behind the wall, and the ants died. I didn't have to open the wall. I didn't have to drill holes in the sheetrock. I didn't have to do all that crazy stuff and damage someone's house. I just treated the baseboards, and I treated the inside and the outside of the house with a residual pesticide, and all the ants died. She hasn't had any ants since, and that was like 15 years ago. And she's still a customer, and she doesn't have ants. So, she had an exterminator for 3 years, and it took me, 3 months to get rid of her ants, and they were all gone. So, But I told her when I went, I said, if you give me 3 months, I'll get rid of your ants. And I did. Okay. Virginia Bluebell. I actually answered your question last week, but I am going to answer it again. How to treat an acoustic guitar. All right. So what you do is you put your guitar on your stand beside your bed and you treat your bed. Don't treat the guitar. Treat the bed. The same as if you had like a box of comic books. Let's say you had a box of old collectible comic books. And you can't spray your comic books. You can't treat those. You can't heat treat those either. You'll destroy them. So you take the box and you slide it under the bed, and then you treat your bed. You treat your bed, and the bed bugs, if they're in the box, they may not be in the box, but if they are, they will crawl out to bite you because they can't get a blood meal from a comic book, and they can't get a blood meal from your guitar. So they'll crawl out. They crawl across the bed. The bed is treated, and then they die. So that's how you get rid of bed bugs in any belongings that you have. Anything that you own, whether it's shoes or comic books or, collectible toys, stuffed animals, and you're concerned that there's bed bugs in them, but you can't wash them and you can't heat treat them and you can't do a lot of things to them that you can do with like clothes, then you leave it beside the bed and the bugs will crawl out. They can't get a blood meal from items. They have to get a blood meal from you. When they crawl out and crawl over the bed, they die. So I can't come to New York. I have been to New York. I've been all through New York because I've been to every single New England state. I started in Virginia. We went up through Chickateague, out through Chesapeake Bay, drove all the way up to Maine. I actually stayed in Bar Harbor. We camped for 10 days. We drove right through the Bronx, right through the middle of Manhattan in New York. And went up through New Jersey, went all the way through like Rhode. Went to every New England state. My goal is to visit every one of the states before Rory moves out of the house. I don't know if that's going to happen. He's 17. He's almost 18. But I love to go on adventures with my children. So New Yorkers are great people. I enjoy New Yorkers. I like them. And they like me. It's so funny. So when me and my wife, we went on a cruise. And we left out of the harbor up there in New York City. And we were in New York overnight. And so I was, the people, you talk to them, like if you go to a store or you go somewhere out to eat or something, you talk to them, like, where are you from? And I'm like, I'm from Virginia. And you're just really polite. I've always grown up, yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir, hold the door open for a lady, stuff like that. And that's just the way I was brought up. That's the way I was raised. And you always, you stand if a woman enters the room, stuff like that, little things that you do. And they will just look at you like you're like you've grown a third head, and they're like, what are you from? You're awful nice. It's like, well, that's how you treat other people. They're mean up there.
Oh yeah, the best story is on that cruise and the guy was in the bathroom with his little kid too.
Oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. I saw your video on mixing Crossfire, 13 ounces to 1 gallon. My question is, can I mix half? No. No. You can't. If you bought a 13-ounce bottle of Crossfire, the whole thing has to be mixed within the gallon of water. Is boric acid or orthoboric acid basically created equal, or as in buying it at Dollar General or online somewhere, is there better quality than that stuff? No, that's good. It's all the same. It doesn't matter. It's all the same, Ryan. Let's see. I just checked your website because I was curious if Crossfire was shipped to Canada. Is Harris Solution like Crossfire? Thank you so much. All right, so let me show you what they're talking about. So this is Canadians. Now, Canadians have a problem in Canada. It's hard to order good pesticide. They're very strict on what you can order. So I have a category on my page called Bedbugs, New York and Canada. It's only 9 items. When you compare it up here to the bedbug supplies as 23 items right here, this is only 9 because it's very limited to what you can buy in New York and Canada or any other state where they limit purchase of Crossfire. So you click this. You could get temperate. Temperate is something that you can use for bedbugs, but you have to treat like once a week with this stuff. You have to treat all the time. This specific product from Harris is Crossfire. It's just pre-mixed. So, and these are like little heat machines for like, you know, personal belongings. Because personally, if I lived in Canada and I couldn't get Crossfire, I would have to revert to using stuff like temperate or older chemicals like I used to use, you know, 10 years ago. I'd have to go to some very old school methods, and it would be one of those things where I'd have to treat like once a month until we get rid of the bed bugs. It's one of those things where you just go until you get rid of them, and you treat every month until eventually they're gone. And that takes a while because you're using repellents and things to drive them. It drives them crazy, drives them up the wall in places, and you just have to be really thorough. I know how to do it that way. I've been able to do it that way. That's the way I learned how to get rid of bed bugs, and it's just gotten easier with the invention of newer chemicals like Crossfire. So, but that's the Harris product you want. You don't want any other Harris product. Every other Harris product will not work. That's the one that works. Only thing I can teach you is about food. I've been a chef 22 years. I like to cook. Actually, so I was telling my wife about this tonight. So because I have that join feature on my channel now where you can join and pay like a subscription to my channel, I was going to do members only live streams. Now on my members only live streams, I'm not going to talk about bugs or anything like that, but I actually thought once we get our kitchen remodel finished, because we were going to remodel the kitchen, I was going to set up a camera in the kitchen and do Cooking with Jason live streams for my members because I thought it would be funny, and you could see the kind of things I cook because I'm vegan. I'm plant-based, oil-free vegan, so I try to be as oil-free as possible, whole food, plant-based diet, and because diabetes and things that run in the family, I just have to. But I actually thought I would do some live streams and show you some pretty good things that I cook. And if you copy my recipe, you're going to be amazed at how good it tastes. And I thought I'd just do it just for my members and do some fun where we could just kind of hang out and chill and cook. I love to cook. I like to eat. That's why I like to cook. So should I have not given a super chat? Most people, YouTubers, ask for them. But if tipping is better, I'll do that. Yeah, so Super Chat is okay. If you want to donate through Super Chat, you can do that. I'll never think about that. I've had that on forever. I don't ever think about Super Chats. People do it. YouTube keeps most of Super Chats. So when you talk about donating money to a content creator like me, typically PayPal is the way to go. Which is, so if you go, let me show you again. Let me just do this one more time. So if you were to donate to my channel and you went here, and you click the donate button right here, this is PayPal. So what this does is it actually donates to my PayPal account. That's what this does. And so I actually keep the majority of what you give me. I think they keep like a very small percentage, like 3-4%, something like that. But if you donate to YouTube, they keep like, I think it's half. They keep almost like half of it, most of it, they keep it. So you don't really get a lot from YouTube. But like I said, it's not about donations. I'm not doing this for donations. I'm doing this because I like what I do. I'm doing this because it's fun. You know, I told a lady today, I was talking about how much I love pest control to her, and she's like, you know, you'll never work a day of your life if you like what you do, and that's exactly what it's like. I love my job. I really do. So, anyway. Have you ever dealt with ghost ants? No, I have not dealt with ghost ants. Can you use Crossfire for the car? I have. I've used Crossfire in automobiles. Yes, that's correct, Annie. Annie says they also excrete a tiny amount of anesthetic so you don't feel the bite. That's true. That's true, they do. In fact, they produce so much anesthetic, you may not feel the bite for several days, depending on the bed bug. Lynn says, I can't buy Crossfire in New York, and if not, what do you recommend for bed bugs? Okay, so I'll show you something for bed bugs in New York. I'll show you how to Walmart. Walmart.com. Good old Walmart. Let's talk about what we can go buy at the Walmart here. Crossfire. There it is, Walmart.com. If you need Crossfire, now, let me get this straight. I'm not telling you to do something that's illegal in your state, but if you're having problems getting Crossfire shipped to you, like if you live in New York or Connecticut, Maryland, I think California, a couple places, and you need it shipped to you, Walmart.com is a really good place to find Crossfire. You're going to pay a little more for it, but it's there. It's there, and it's available. So, in fact, let's see. Let's price compare. All right, so this was $42.67 on Walmart.com. If we go to Amazon, my page, and we go to bedbug supplies, and we click this one, this is the Crossfire here. It's $42.27. And at Walmart, it's $42.67. So it's just a few cents more at Walmart. Now, the difference is if you buy it at Walmart or if you buy it from my Amazon. If you buy it from Walmart, I won't get any kickback from it. But that's fine. Like I said, it's not about that. Not about that. Never has been about that. Never. So. Since y'all talking about ants, okay, but... Yeah, and you have to sleep in the bed. You have to use the bed if you use Crossfire. So for the carpenter ants, I treated the trees, shrubs, plus exterior perimeter with 7 in Dominion. Treated interior baseboards with Phantom. Plan to treat same way this month, next month. Yeah, that'll probably get rid of them. It's important to treat trees for mother colony because ants have a mother colony that starts the problem, and then they set up satellite colonies in your home. If the satellite colony has been left long enough to its own devices, it will eventually become its own mother colony and be able to create its own satellite colonies. But if you kill the mother colony helps sustain the smaller satellite colonies. And so if she dies, if that mother colony dies, the baby colonies die too. So I would treat all the trees. I always do that. When I go out to a house and I do pest control for ants, I always treat the trees because you never know what's going in a tree. And in fact, if you go look at the tree, you'll see the ants on the tree. You'll know which trees have them because they'll be crawling all over them. I have 7 inside dogs. I bombed the house with alpine flea and bedbug and vacuumed. 2 weeks later, I intended on using the other half can to spray the same, but I only had enough left for one bedroom. We still have fleas. One of our dogs is sick, and I think the chemicals is hurting her. Probably not. If it's alpine, it's probably not hurting the dog at all. Alpine's not going to hurt your dog. Not that I know of. I don't think it does. I'd have to look it up. I don't think it does. If I missed your answer, my apologies. How long can I expect to see bed bugs after treating with Crossfire? You could see them for up to several weeks, sometimes 4 to 5 weeks. If you're still seeing them after the 5th week, you need to retreat. Thank you for everything you do and for all the information. Well, thank you, Big Wayne. My uncle's name Wayne. Let's see. North Carolina Bluegrass event says, wow, sounds good. We are vegetarians. Would love for new recipes. Well, you got to become a member because that's something I'm only going to do. Now, if you find my Facebook, I got videos on Facebook where I've done it crazy stuff where I've just on spur of the moment sat up my phone and cooked on camera. Let's see. Virginia Bluebell. At what point after using Crossfire can you consider bedbugs gone? Up to 30 days after you've had the last sighting of bedbugs. Whether it's a bedbug, whether it's a casing or a blood spot or anything like that, you want 30 days to go, and then you're pretty much bedbug free. I hate bots. Does that work? Do people actually click those links? Do people click that stuff? I have no idea. I wouldn't. That's crazy. You know what? Nah, I'm not going to say that. I'll keep that to myself. I was going to make a joke about crabs, but then I decided not to. Watch your general pest control video. Do you just use the Demon Max along the entire perimeter of the foundation or only where you can't put the Bifin granules? Thanks. Okay, so Bifin granules are for the ground. They're for the grassy, mulchy areas around the outside of the house. And so they activate when they're wet. The Demon I put around the windows, the doors, cracks and crevices, around the entire exterior of the home, and 2 feet out and 2 feet up around the entire foundation. If I spray Alpine and Crossfire, do I need 2 different sprayers? Yes. Alpine is safe for use even in kennels. Yes, it is. Doesn't hurt animals. I wouldn't use it around the animals. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not going to spray my dog with Alpine. I'll spray the house, and then once it's dry, I'll let the dog back in the house. You know, but I don't use I don't use aerosols for fleas. They don't work. You're going to be more effective mixing it in a tank and spraying it yourself. Don't use aerosols. Aerosols aren't as effective. I just sprayed Saturday for the 3rd time in the last couple months, and I just saw one of the bugs on my pillow. I feel as though I'm doing something wrong. We even invested in an amazing sprayer. Catherine. Let me see here. I have songs in my head. Oh, Catherine likes Emily D. Baker, Alicia.
Oh, yes.
I bet you were watching the Amber Heard stuff. My wife could not stay away from that during all that stuff. But anyway. You may be doing something wrong, or you may be reinfesting from somewhere else. I recommend when you use Crossfire, you want to treat either once every 3 weeks or once a month. If you start getting bit in 3 to 4 weeks, you can reapply. I wouldn't reapply any sooner than that. You need to be patient. People that do it on their own usually do need to reapply more than once. The reason I say this is because you're a novice. You don't have years of experience. I've been killing bed bugs since I was 17. I'll be 41 next month. Next month's my birthday. All right, I'll be 41 years old on the 19th of December. Oh, it's been a long time. But I have a lot of experience killing bed bugs. If I go into a house, I know where to spray. I know which crack. I know how to do it. I've done it for years and years and years and years. So I know how to kill bed bugs. You may not. And if you don't, it may take you a couple tries. And the reason I say this is because if you sprayed today for the first time, and in several weeks you spray again, you may actually spray a spot that you missed the first time. And so it's good to spray for several months in a row, once a month. The way I used to do all of my bedbug work is I would treat once a month for 90 days. So I would do 3 bedbug treatments a month apart. And that's what I recommend for everyone here. If anyone's watching my channel, I have had people that have been able to go in and do it once and get rid of them. I still recommend 90 days. I still recommend once a month for 90 days. May I share a tip that I found very helpful for bed bugs? Double-sided sticky tape around my mattress. It stops them from crawling and biting me, but I'm able to catch them with the Scotch tape. I mean, yeah, you could try that. That's actually better than glue boards. You could take double-sided tape, and you can tape the leg of your bed, make a ring all the way around the legs of your bed, and when they crawl up over the leg, they'll get stuck there. But so that'll catch them too. If you bring bed bugs into your home, approximately how long before you know? It could take anywhere from 2 to 3 months before you know you're infested with bed bugs. NC Bluegrass Event says, how do I get rid of fleas with 7 inside dogs? We have all hardwood and tile. So I have a video on that. I got videos on everything. Most people know me as the bed bug guy. All right. But if you go to my channel and you click join or subscribe, you should subscribe and hit the notification bell. You really should. But if you go here and you search fleas, there it is right there. How to get rid of fleas. All right, you click this video right here. And then you share and you copy. I have 1,000 likes, by the way. Over 1,000 likes on that video. It's a very good video. All right, there you go. Go there. Spray the floor. Spray the floor. Hardwood, tile, don't matter. Spray it. Spray everything. Alright, but I am going to get off of here. It's late. I've been on for over an hour. My goal on my live streams is to be here for an hour and then go hang out with my wife, because I don't see her, during the week. I work all week long. So let me tell you, I've been on YouTube for 6 years. The reason I do YouTube is because my wife. My wife told me, she said, you need to share your stories on YouTube. You need to tell people about what you do, about all the things you do with bugs and how you do things, and it would help a lot of people. So I started my YouTube channel. And I've been on YouTube for over 6 years. My 6-year anniversary was back in August. And I really like doing this. I really enjoy doing this. It's really fun. I really like it. But the problem with YouTube is I own a 24-hour pest control company. So if you go to greenacrespc.com, this is my website. All right? This is my website. This is my local website. See, Pest Control Services in Lynchburg. All right? You can go here. See, there's me. Me right there. There's Rory, and there's Emma, my little Emma when she was little. She's big now. She's a lot bigger. But this is my website, okay? When people find all the information that I provide on YouTube, and they look me up, and they see that, hey, this guy is a 24-hour pest control business, because I am. If a customer called me right now, I pick up the phone, I talk to them. I work all the time. It's just me. I like my job. The problem is when you're on YouTube, a lot of people will just call you out of the blue from all over the world. I've had people call me from all over. I mean, really, everywhere. From New York to Canada to New Zealand, Nigeria, all over the world to talk to me. And I have to have some time to talk to family. So what I did was I created this live stream that I do every Thursday night live, so you can call me and you can talk to me and you can ask your questions live and I will give you an answer. This is the way I try to combat people that call me all the time during the day. Because if I'm working, I'm in my car, I'm driving along, and I get a call, I usually answer because typically it's local work. But a lot of times it's people from like New Hampshire or Arizona or somewhere, and it's like I don't have time to talk because I'm trying to work. And so you can always come here. You can always hang out here. We can talk here. We can talk about bugs, and we can go over, pest control stuff. I also do, for those that don't know, if you want to talk to me on the phone and you need to talk to me, and you go to my channel right here, go to any of my videos, even just my live stream. If you just go to my live stream here, you can always come here. And you click show more right here and you go down, you can actually schedule a time to talk to me directly right here. You click this. This is my page right here. You can do FaceTime. I'll do FaceTime. I do telephone consultations, and you can book time and we will talk and we will discuss your bug problems one-on-one, and you don't have to come and try to get your question answered in a chat room. So anyway, somebody just said something here. I'm going to try a 4th time in the next month and see if I still spot them. I am going to call you to come out to me. I know we're both in Virginia. I go anywhere in Virginia. If you're in the state of Virginia, I will travel to you. If you need me, I will be there. You call me, I'll come. I actually started doing statewide bed bugs because of YouTube. I had a guy contact me from Falls Church, Virginia, which is 3.5 hours away. He was quoted over $6,000 to get rid of his bed bugs, and I went out there and took care of his bed bug problem. So, and I didn't charge him half that. I didn't charge him a quarter of that, and I just went up and killed his bed bugs for him. So, anyway, hopefully you guys have a good night. I hope y'all have a good time and get good sleep. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I look forward to seeing y'all next week. So, y'all have a good one. I appreciate it. It was a great stream. Thanks.
Bye.